Paraguay, 4-1. Last kick of the game, you guys scored another goal. It was an excellent game. Because my home is filled with, I'm outnumbered. I got 3 Americans living with me there, my two daughters and my wife, so we watched the American game as well. So a good start for hosting the FIFA. So our city has really come alive because soccer is the most participatory sport in Canada. More people play soccer than any other sport. So now, we'll talk about hockey in a sec. We're getting over Fort Street. On our left-hand side, if you look, that goes down to the water, and that is where the fort was located. Fort Street led out of the back door of the fort to all of the fields that were growing food for the new colonists that were arriving here in Victoria. Now, is anyone from California? Californians, yes. Ma'am, what kind of natural disaster are you always prepared for, hopefully?
Earthquake.
Yes, and unfortunately you have not escaped an earthquake zone because we're in a very active earthquake zone here. It's not the San Andreas fault. We're actually in the Cascadian subduction zone here. And every year we get about 6 to 10 tremors, not generally higher than 4.5 on the Richter scale, but all of our buildings have been built to withstand an earthquake seismically, or all of our heritage buildings, like the one we see to our right and the one across the street, have also been upgraded, and they're from the late 1800s. And why I'm telling you that is to say that everything inside is able to be modernized while we maintain the outside facade. But every smart Victorian, like Captain Rob and I, we travel with an earthquake preparedness kit, so do not fear if you do not come from an earthquake zone and you're not prepared, because between the two of us, we've got enough supplies to keep everybody on the lanyard going for about 30 minutes. So you're good to go, all right? So actually our tour is 1 hour and 15, so that may not work out. Now if you take a look to your left, you're going to check out the Porter building, and you'll see it here with just the sign that says farm. You see that?
See it.
That's the John Porter building. It opened up in 1900, and people used to line up around the corner because he was a butcher, and it was the most popular butcher shop in all of Victoria. Nowadays, it is the most popular cannabis shop in Victoria, because we did something a little bit different here in Canada. I understand that in the States you are legalizing cannabis and marijuana depending on the state that you live in. But in Canada, back in 2018, we legalized it across our 10 provinces and 3 territories. And some of us were a little skeptical. We didn't know how that was going to turn out. But because we did it on the federal level and it's regulated, we've raised over $15 billion in tax revenue since 2018. And those monies have been reinvested into our social programs. So most Canadians have come on board, and it has also taken the stigma away from those folks who, for example, are suffering from cancer, and they get some relief from being able to buy cannabis without any stigma attached. Now coming up on our left-hand side is our City Hall, and it is from the late 1880s, and it is John Teague designed. And more importantly, on our right-hand side, we've got Centennial Square, which is a great place for people to protest because all of our politicians are in that building right there. And that sequoia tree is from California. We're going to talk about our connection to California in just a second.